How did you survive your worst field exercise? 3 weeks in the Mojave Desert during summer, temperature hitting 115 degrees daily. Our company commander decided we needed realistic desert warfare training before deploying to Iraq. Day 1, half our water purification tablets turned out to be expired. Tasted like drinking bleach mixed with sand. But we had no choice. Dehydration kills faster than bad water in that heat. By day 3, my squad leader Marcus collapsed from heat exhaustion. Medics evacuated him, leaving me in charge of 8 soldiers with 0 leadership experience. I was a specialist who'd been in the Army exactly 18 months. The exercise called for a 20-mile march to simulate moving between forward operating bases, in full gear, during the hottest part of the day, because someone thought that was tactically sound. Private Williams started vomiting around mile 12. Couldn't keep water down. His skin turned gray, pupils dilated. Classic heat stroke symptoms. I made a command decision that probably saved his life. Called for immediate medevac despite orders not to break training scenarios except for life-threatening emergencies. Captain arrived in his air-conditioned Humvee, furious. This exercise doesn't stop for every soldier who gets a little warm. Sir, Williams needs immediate medical attention or he's going to die, I said. First time I'd ever challenged an officer. Medics agreed with me. Williams spent 4 days in the hospital, IV fluids, ice baths, the whole treatment. Would have been permanent brain damage if we'd waited. But the exercise continued. We lost 2 more soldiers to heat injuries over the next week. The realistic training was becoming a casualty-producing event. Day 10 brought a sandstorm that lasted 36 hours. Visibility dropped to 0. Wind strong enough to knock grown men over. Sand infiltrated everything. Weapons, food, equipment, lungs. Our communications equipment failed completely. Radios filled with sand, batteries drained from the heat. We were cut off from command, lost in a desert that wanted to kill us. That's when I remembered something my grandfather told me about surviving the Pacific Theater. When everything goes wrong, focus on the basics. Water, shelter, staying together. Found a rocky outcrop that provided minimal wind protection. Established a defensive perimeter more out of habit than necessity. Set up guard rotations to keep everyone awake and alert. The real challenge was water discipline. Our resupply was 2 days overdue because of the storm. 8 soldiers, 12 canteens, unknown time until rescue. Rationed water to small sips every hour. Collected moisture from our ponchos during the brief periods when temperature dropped below 100 degrees. Even considered drinking our own urine, though we never got that desperate. Day 12, the storm cleared, but our pickup point was nowhere to be found. Either we'd moved during the storm or the landmarks had changed. Everything looked identical. Endless sand and rock. Started walking toward what I hoped was east, following the sun. No GPS, no compass that worked properly, just basic land navigation skills from basic training. Found an abandoned mining camp on day 14. Rusted equipment, but most importantly, a water well that still functioned. Tasted like metal and sulfur, but it was wet. Used signal mirrors to reflect sunlight toward passing aircraft. On the 3rd day of signaling, a search helicopter spotted our flashes. Rescue came on day 17. We'd lost a combined 47 pounds as a squad. Everyone dehydrated, sunburned, but alive. The medics called it miraculous. Turns out the exercise had been called off after day 8 due to excessive environmental hazards. Command had been searching for us for 9 days. Our radio failures meant we never got the word to return. The captain faced a board of inquiry for the training incident. Lost his command 6 months later. New regulations required constant communication checks and immediate evacuation for heat injuries. I got promoted to sergeant ahead of schedule. The citation mentioned exemplary leadership under extreme conditions. Felt weird getting rewarded for what felt like just trying to keep everyone alive. But that experience taught me the most important military lesson I ever learned. Leadership isn't about rank or authority. It's about making the hard decisions when lives depend on it. 3 of those soldiers served under me again in Iraq. They trusted me because I'd proven I'd rather face discipline than lose them to preventable injuries.